Welcome to the Forgotten Ranch. I should probably update you on what has been going on behind the scenes. I have spoken with the bank and gotten a loan for a big property not far from here, but it'll take some time. The rest of the summer and into the fall will be eventful, it seems. Hopefully I can show more of the property closer to the actual completion, but for now I will keep that all under wraps. Recently, I've been getting into shows here more often in the local town, and I've been keeping an eye on the sales page to purchase a new horse. Usually, it is a mixture of the freshly tamed horse or the horse that is older than most of the population around that is, quote, still kickin', but I have seen some newer finds that look like they may have potential. I can only get one because I don't have space for more, and I have an auction coming up, so I want to keep space open if I buy a horse. My needs are very simple. I want a show horse for all-around shows. Mostly English, as Pearl has been trained in Western, and I feel she can show just fine in those. Also, it will have to be a tall horse because I am in fact tall. Let's get right to shopping, and I hope you enjoyed the video. This is a series, so check out the full lore in the playlist down below so you're not too lost.
A little crazy for you now, baby. Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time. You should let me know if you want this too. Baby, you just make me feel crazy. Crazy for you.
The first ad I saw was just a headshot, and his name is Cricket. The only problem about this horse is it didn't show any info and just said to visit their land. I don't know about y'all, but the idea of just showing up at someone's place without sending a telegram sounds terrifying. Nonetheless, I'm on a mission, and social anxiety is not going to end it. I made the quick journey to Emerald Ranch, where the horse was being kept, and the man brought the horse out. Lesson learned: only go to see a horse that has proper info listed. Cricket was a lot smaller than I imagined.
He'd be fit for a small kid or teen. Does your son or daughter want a horse?
I don't have a kid, but I do recommend you put the height in your horse's ad.
Why? It's obvious, ma'am. He's a small horse.
Not from the photo. You didn't even list a breed.
You know what? I'm tired of this. Screw off.
Cricket was a handsome horse, but I am fairly sure if I rode him, I would snap him in half. Thankfully, Emerald Ranch wasn't a far ride, so I could go right to my next destination for the next listing. Birdie is advertised as a 14-year-old Dutch warm-blood mare. The journey to see her was by train because I didn't want to ride that far when I could take the train and not pray for my safety when Costanzo got annoyed of riding in the sun. Birdie was being kept at McFarland's ranch, and her owner was there the day I went to go see her. Mary isn't very well known, but her father is well known for his quarter horses. Mary delves more into Turkomans and long-distance sport horses. Her horses, despite the breeds being more uncommon or imported, are relatively cheap.
Hey there! Here to see Birdie?
Yes, ma'am. Am I okay to see her right now?
Of course! I can set up some jumps here, or you can take her on the trails. We also have another boy for sale, but he's not up in the ads yet. He's a little tougher.
Tougher how?
He's broken in. He just likes to act like he isn't. I don't have time to work on him. He's barely 5, so he'd need a lot of work.
I am more in the market for a trained horse, or at least one that won't kill me.
Yeah, he's a tough one. He was bred here. His daddy is just like him. He passed away a year or two ago in a freak accident, and I was hoping to train him up to his dad's potential, but I can't.
Do y'all have too much work around here? Y'all look busy.
Well, a lot of these horses are boarders, so it's not that busy. I guess it's odd to tell random visitors before I've told a lot of my family, but I am expecting a baby. It's my first, so I know it'll be busy. I want to focus on breeding primarily, raising the foals and all. Birdie and this boy are the last ones in the stock. I will miss them dearly, but it's like an end of a long chapter, and I am excited to start the next one.
Well, firstly, congratulations, and I do hope both get sold if I don't snag one. What's this boy's name?
Finch, though he isn't registered just yet with the big dogs, so you can rename him if you please. Let me know when you want to ride Birdie. She needs to be warmed up well, or she may start acting like the mare she is.
While I was looking at Finch, I thought for a moment. Finch could be a powerhouse, but he'd be tough to train. He's broken in, but just because he knows the difference between leg and bit doesn't mean he won't be a chore. When Birdie was first walked out, I thought she'd be similar to Finch, but she was the opposite. Calm, collected, and she listened very well. Now, what makes a good show horse? It's a mixture between Birdie and Finch. so they'd both be good to consider, but both of them still will have flaws, and I have to consider that as well.
Oh, when I look deep into your eyes, when I look deep into your eyes, when I look deep into your eyes.
Caldor caught my eye because of the trainer, William Lukes. William is known for his quick-witted personality, but also known for his arrogance, which meant I would either be going to look at a horse or strangling a man who is full of himself. Lily, his wife, is best known for her ability to talk clients into fair deals. She also reportedly keeps William in check, which made me a little bit worried about his true personality. William agreed to meet at the Mercy Equestrian Center. He said that Caldor performs best in a place he is familiar with, so I agreed.
Caldor is 8, so he has plenty of life left in him.
How is Caldor around other horses?
Why? Are you not a fan of studs? They can be good for your brand. Caldor does good, and you can get plenty of fouls from him.
Not that. I would just prefer if he can control himself when mares are around during shows.
Temptations. Let me ask you, do you want a good show horse, or do you want to sit here and ask all these questions?
Excuse me?
Fair question, don't you think? If he's given the chance without the stigma of stallions, why wouldn't you think your questions are pointless? All show horses have quirks. It's up to you to accept them or reject them.
Will, stop scaring the clients. We won't sell horses if you keep spooking them.
Why don't you take him in and try it out? Watch the leg. He doesn't need much to get over those jumps.
A little crazy for you now. A little crazy for you now. A little crazy for you now, baby. I don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time. You should let me know if you want this true. Baby, you just make me feel crazy. A little crazy for you. I feel crazy. Yeah, crazy for you.
William may have been a piece of work, but he had created a work of art. Caldor and I worked well within minutes. It took a minute to get used to how he tugged his head, but it just took some lengthening of the reins and he was over every jump.
So, what do you think?
He's amazing, but I will need time to think. I have other horses to try out.
You kidding me, right? Caldor is everything you need in a show horse. He has the perfect conformation and his bloodline is impeccable. I have the papers here. Why don't you reconsider?
Respectfully, William, I am not looking for a perfect horse. I am looking for a horse that works, not one that's the best. Bloodline and training is a lot, yes, but I'm sure you know all of the underdog stories. It doesn't take all of that fancy stuff to win.
Do you have any idea what goes into training? You can't just buy a cheap horse and expect something out of it.
But you are the client. So I will put a hold on Caldor for you, as it's first come, first serve for our horses.
William was a refresher, truly. I was beginning to believe each seller in my area was too easygoing. It's a joy to be humbled on my choices of horse salesmen around here. My second to last choice was at the bottom of the list, but he was still a contender. The military had been disposing of horses for a while, and with these was Juneau. His training is impeccable, but I would have to train him on how to jump or do other disciplines if I choose it. So he would be more work, but the military horses around here have a lot of stamina, so that may prove to be an easier trade than some of the other horses. The only problem I noticed with Juneau is he isn't the nicest horse, so he'd need some temperament training too. This could be due to his surroundings though, as the military isn't really known for being the most caring with their workhorses. He is bomb-proof from his training, so little bothers him. This is what a lot of people look for in horses. So if I don't end up competing him, he could always be a good project to resell. Rivendell was all the way in Strawberry, which was quite the journey. I tried to send a telegram, but the owner wouldn't reply. Rivendell's situation was a little suspicious because the owner was listing Rivendell for a small price. Now, if Rivendell truly was a warm blood and he is a big and beautiful horse, why is the owner selling him for so cheap?
Oh, hey, here for the piglets for sale?
Piglets? Oh, no, I saw a listing about Rivendell.
We aren't selling him, are we? Hey, Leo! Come out here!
I can't bail this hay if you keep calling me.
Leo here is the owner of the place. He owns most of the animals here.
Hey, you can call me Peach.
That's a name I've never heard before. Parents named you that?
Hey, I am Leo.
I already told her your name, man.
You own this place? You're pretty young for a property owner.
It was my dad's. I own it now. Who are you wanting to see?
What happened to how are you? How was your day?
Victor, go do something.
Fine. It was nice meeting you. You're a jerk.
Sorry about him. He's very forward. I'm guessing Dell? He's the only one I have listed, but I do have others freshly broken.
I was here to see Dell. I am happy to have other options, but I want to stick to just broken-in horses if possible.
This is Dell. He's 12, though he has a lot of potential. He was my sister's, but she moved across the states. He's a decent temperament, but knows when to kick and scream.
What type of riding did your sister do with him?
Katie wrote him in a lot. She did a lot of fancy shows, so he's well behaved when he needs to be. I wish I didn't have to sell him, but I want him to be used for what he was made for, and not some pasture princess. He also takes kindly to women, so he's not a huge fan of me, even though I feed him and keep him happy.
I'm sorry you have to sell him. If I do buy him, I would love to let you come see him, or let him come and visit. I know how tough it is to give up animals you raised.
With all due respect, Miss Peach, you don't have to do all that. It's a long ride from where you're at, I am sure. Plus, Strawberry isn't very kind to outsiders. Very judgmental folk, though you seem like you'd fit right in.
Are you trying to say that I am judgmental? I appreciate the honesty, but geez.
Oh, no. I just meant you remind me of someone from this part of the States. Very down to earth.
I come up here pretty often for delivery pickups, so I don't mind.
I wouldn't mind you visiting if it's not too much trouble. I know Dell will probably feel at home wherever his dinner is. So, tell me about yourself.
Well, I grew up in the city until I moved back here, and it's been chaotic ever since. Rivendell was my last journey. Even though I didn't get to try him out, I can tell he'd be a good option. I wouldn't complain one bit if I got to come and see Leo. For Dell, of course, not for any other reason. Now that I had all of the horses in front of me, do I want a highly trained and somewhat expensive horse like Caldor? Or do I want a horse that is calmer, listens, but doesn't have the best energy like Birdie? Or perhaps I want a horse that may be a little aggressive, but I could easily funnel that to a good discipline, like Juneau. Or maybe I want a horse that lost its owner suddenly and didn't know where she went, but it has a lot of effort and love to give to the right owner. And conveniently has a very good looking owner. Sorry. I have to make my pick, and I have to make it soon, because eventually these horses will not be on the market anymore. I would love to know your feedback on which horse and why. I need a full essay on my desk by Monday morning. Thank you for visiting me at the Forgotten Ranch, and you're making it feel not so forgotten.
I'm being a creeper now.
Who are you sniffing? Bro, alright, just keep literally, you just like make noises, I don't care.
Okay. Oh. He's widowy hitting the gwitty.
We're mugging.
Oh my god! Yay! Horsey go!
Oh, he's thinking of something devious right now.
I'm bored. Why is he running like that? Come on, ladies, grab your lassos.
Is he meant to have eyebrows? Oh, she's kind of cute.
Yeah.